Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. We are playing as Celril, the Altmer noble. At least that's who he was in the beginning. That is long since behind him, as he's become a relic hunter and wielder of the Amulet of Kings, and so on and so forth. He's uh, done quite a bit. However, while attempting to get relics from the Vigilance of Stendar, we kind of ended up in Cold Harbor. And so we've been fighting this whole time in Cold Harbor. Bit by bit, we tore our way through. It was good times. What ended up happening is the Grey March was consuming Cold Harbor. Molag Bal put up a barrier and sacrificed the few souls that were left. Here in the Imperial City Tower, we stormed it. Well, first we defeated Jigalag in order to buy some time. The Grey March is still going to consume Cold Harbor, but we have time now. Basically, this is what decides everything. Now, we've actually already beaten this on stream to see the different endings, but I'm going through the final phases of the quest again and deciding on a specific ending this time, as opposed to just kind of meandering around and trying out 5 different ways to fight and 5 different, endings. So we're going to ignore that. We've just defeated Laza of Order, and Saint Alicia's corpse has been separated from Laza, which is good. We need to go this way. After that, we defeated the Deathbringer. The Deathbringer was Molag Bal's greatest lieutenant. Was past tense, of course. He's dead now. We are going on through. Now, if you think a Daedra can't permanently die, well, Molag Bal isn't exactly in the condition to be reviving people. By the way, we stuck Alicia's head in our belt because we're that fucked up. Now, that's pretty much it. We're not going to bother looting corpses here. We're just going to go face Molag Bal. There's Pepe, the Inquisitor who died, was killed by Laza.
Is it not enough yet? Must you be the one to do this? Grey March will end everything anyway.
Be gone.
Won't you listen to the old man for once? I'll say it again. Stop. There's nothing good waiting for you here. Here, there's only decay. No mysteries, no miracles. Every effort ends in vain here.
That's what you believed. But you were part of the Elysian Order. You tried to use the Crimson Stone to your own ends. Or for your own ends. And it did not end well for you. Alright. This is it.
Stop. Please. Stop.
We already did all the endings. You missed it. We're going to do one specific ending. Alright. The Bard's Dagger. The Bard was named Bal, an Ayleid who mantled Molag Bal. Adabal, a stone with a fetus on it. It's believed some sort of divine catalyst, thought potentially to be the gemstone of the Amulet of Kings, or of the same blood. Either way. Let's go to Aetherius, shall we? This is it. Now, we have the opportunity right here and now to walk past Molag Bal. Molag Bal is been skewered. This is a metaphorical depiction of Molag Bal. So you can see he's gravely wounded. Now, we could just walk past him out those gates and return to Tamriel. But we're going to go enter Molag Bal. We're going to take a peek inside the crumbling stone statue. And now we are not inside of Cold Harbor necessarily, but Molag Bal's ego. There are multiple dreams that we have to go through. The priest, the ape man, and Molag Bal himself. So first, Pepe. We're going to look into his past. We are playing now as a Colovian. We've stepped into the role of a Colovian general who is going to execute Pepe. Are you Pepe, Inquisitor of the Elysian Order?
Yes, I am. Though my appearance has changed considerably. So what does a barbaric Colovian like you want from this old man?
Where is the stone? Where did you hide it?
So you're still chasing after the stone? It seems that even after centuries, the foolishness of people doesn't change. The stone is not in our world anymore. It's been carried away already. Thanks to you people, really.
What do you mean?
That war you caused. The blood of tens of thousands of people was spilled in all corners of the world, and the stone was finally filled with it. The long suffering was not in vain. After countless uprisings and as many plagues, the stone has been filled with the souls of millions of people. Your emperor desperately wants that stone? Well, it's a pity, but the stone isn't here anymore. It's out of your reach now.
Who took it?
Molag Bal, the hideous lizard king. He descended to the tower on the day of eclipse and stole the stone from us.
Where is it? Tell me the truth.
I already told you. Now even the fake Adabal is gone, and the people are finally free. If only Cesar would appear and guide you. But a man can't have everything.
So the stone, the fake Adabal was a divine catalyst with which they believed they could remake the entire world. Instead, they ended up damning everyone who came in contact with it, and it drove people to madness and took their souls, or at least a fragment of their souls. It has to do with Sithis. It has to do with Shazar, the missing god, Lorcan specifically. Where is the stone? If you don't tell me, we'll execute you in the morning.
This is what I'm concerned about. I held the stone too long. Now I'm just an empty shell without a soul. I tell you this as a warning. Learn from the monster standing before you, and stop grasping for the stone.
This interrogation is over.
It is? Finally. I can't stand the smelly breath of you Colovians.
There we go. Let's get out of here. Into the next dream.
Yes?
The Colovian soldier, yes. My goodness. I'm not going to be talking about Shadow of War now. Ask me again in an hour or two. All right. So this is the inner abyss of Molag Bal. This is basically where it's going to end. This is the prophet of the Elysian Order. Moloch. Oof. Let's see here. Yep.
How long have I been wandering in this wasteland? Under the blazing sun, my sight diminished, my tongue swelled, and my form motted. I don't even know why I'm here, or how I got here. What am I doing in this wasteland? My memory is hazy.
Yes. So, for those who don't know, we are playing as the Monkey Man who ruled over the or should I say, established the Elysian Order splinter religion, which was the Christianity of the Elder Scrolls. It believed that Shazar was the one true God, and Elysia was basically their Jesus. And things didn't end well for the Elysian Order, which is why we have the 8 Divines religion, and then later 9 Divines religion. Because, yeah, things went horribly wrong for the Elysian Order at the War of Righteousness. Of course, a lot of things went bad before then, but they are they're saying that he was beguiled by the Crimson Stone, the blood of Shazar, a divine catalyst.
A bard's corpse. Was this wasteland the cause of his death? Or was he killed by a vampire roaming this place? No matter. I will soon follow his fate, it seems. When I touched the stone, I felt a burning pain, as if my soul was being sucked out. I wonder, is this stone the true nature of the vampire in this wasteland? Even now, after swallowing the souls of thousands of people, the stone is still not filled. Captured souls are swirling inside it.
She was supposed to talk to you, but she's already dead. It's a damn shame. Let's talk to Molag Bal. It says Argonian, that's funny.
Useless flesh puppet. I thought it was good enough.
Hey, I remember again, vampire.
Is that so? But nothing has changed. You will still die in this wasteland. There is only one way out. Submit to me. Fill the stone with souls.
Imagine the Monkey Man. The Monkey Man of the Elysian Order had to submit to Molag Bal to fill the stone with souls, and in his mind, he established his own expectations of what would happen, his reward for doing so. And that this isn't obviously canon or anything. This is, expanded mod lore. It's fun stuff, fun to explore, but definitely not canon. But either way, in this particular continuity, we have the option to, I'm gonna die in this wasteland, or I will serve you, and we'll gain or lose karma based on that choice. However, because we've gained enough karma, we have the ability to ask him. He used to be human, which isn't true, by the way. He Ball is an alien. not a human, but whatever. Oh, you used to be mortal. There we go. Yeah. So, used to be mortal. What happened?
Ah, your eyes see further than most. So, what happened? Oh, it was a very long time ago. I do not remember anymore. But let me hear your decision. Will you submit to me, or will you die?
The canon choice is, of course, or the shall I say, the more correct choice is to say yes, help me out of here. But the whole point of this mod is we are stepping into these visions, into these dreams of people in the past, and we are defying their fate. That's how we've gained the amount of karma we have, is by continuously denying their fate. So I would rather die than do what you ask of me.
Death it is, then.
My third eye is already blind. My tongue is swollen and my throat is parched. I will not last much longer. My beloved Dulsa, I only regret not being able to see you again. I wish you a happy life.
Dulce was crucified, by the way. Sad day. All right. We're almost done. We have but one more course open to us. At least I believe. I could be going in the wrong direction. Let's assume we're not for a second. Ha ha. Here we go. This is it. Now, we could use the Bard's Dagger to one-shot Molag Bal, but that wouldn't be as much fun. Because remember, the Molag Bal that we see is actually the Ayleid Bal who had mantled Molag Bal and become something in between a mortal and a god. But we're going to go ahead and use our hammer and just kind of cheese him that way with shouts.
Every dream comes to an end. Even dreams that no longer need their dreamer cannot escape this fate. Well, let us finish this. Tell me who I am, who you are.
Here we go, level 250 Molag Bal. Wants to battle. Jeez. Mark him for death?
House!
I don't think so. Elemental Fury?
So, Tatun!
No, thanks. Okay. Let's drain his vitality. Ah?
Kan Lahas!
Okay. He's starting to burn. Come on. No thanks. Bam. I just decapitated Molag Bal. Now, this isn't the coolest fight I've ever had with Molag Bal. The coolest fight I had what, like, you'll have to go back to the previous stream and see the endings. I did all of them, and we had a really cool fight there. All right. I saw that the eye was reacting to something. I suppose it's reacting to this. This is the end. This is Molag Bal's dream. Or Bal's dream, I should say. The endings fork from here. You are given two choices, and then in one of the choices, you are given another two choices. So about 6 endings total. All right.
Can you sing me the rest of the song?
Ah, Lamai. So, for those who don't know, Lamai was raped and murdered, um, assumingly by Molag Bal. And then she rose from the dead as the first true vampire and killed her followers, or killed her fellow followers of RK. And in doing so, she became Lamai Bal. Um, but there are many different endings to Vigilant. My favorite of which is actually the good ending. We can't choose that ending because that isn't fitting for my character. But I really urge you to check out the previous stream because like I love the good ending, especially if you choose to say that you choose to tell Molag Bal your name is Stendar, and it's like you were supposed to mantle Molag Bal, and instead you take on the name of Stendar, and that's that was just really good. But we're not doing that today because that doesn't fit our character. So we're gonna tell we're gonna like our first choice will be in dialogue with Lamai.
Yes, the end. It's such a sad and cruel story. Shouldn't the ending be inspiring and full of happiness?
That's a bit of a click, isn't it? Here we go. This is how you if you choose. I'll think about the rest next time we meet. If you say that, you get an ending where you've decided to allow Lamai Bal to die and stay dead and not revive as a vampire. You don't give her your blood. Um, that is a dream. That is that is again you trying to change fate, and it doesn't actually change the past. It merely informs who you are as the player, as the character. In my case, I can't do that. I have to tell her the truth that there's nothing more to the song. It's just sad and pointless deaths.
Oh, what a pity.
So that is a negative choice, which means we can no longer do the idealistic dream ending. Instead, we're committed to the darker endings.
My lady, there you are. Lord Shaw is waiting.
Good. Then let's go.
Fascis. Yeah, he is false. Anyway, we have to wait for them to go all the way to the end and despawn before we can make our choice. He will stop and tell us it's been fun.
See you again.
Yes, this is representative of the afterlife. Almost, it's a Molag Bal's interpretation, or should I say, the Aliad Ball. I keep saying Molag Bal when there's an Aliad named Bal. Yep. But yes. Adabal is a gemstone made of divine blood, which drives mortals insane who try to use it. It eats away at them, and the Elysian Order, all of that was caused by a prophet who had gone crazy thinking that he could alter reality, create a perfect world by by using the Crimson Stone to alter reality. And that is indeed what happened. The Crimson Stone did alter reality. By the way, secret Sheogorath creeping in the bushes back there. Yep. We aren't supposed to see him, though. As soon as they disappear, we will have our choice. Supposedly, Sheogorath is somewhere in every dream. And I've gone through, like, 13 dreams so far. Alright, this is where our choice is. The game will point us to the bad ending, like the worst of the endings. This is the spawn. It represents the idea that you're going to embrace all of the evil that you've done and just go ahead and allow Lamai Ball to return and basically birth a new world. That's the little thing, and it points you right over there. However, this loot represents the mortal life that the bard Ball had, and the man who mantled Molag Ball. Like, this represents his desires, and if you, depending on which ending or which dialogue option you choose with Lamai, you will be able to choose, you will have one of two different endings. If you tell her, if you don't tell her the song is of death and pointlessness, instead you give her an idealistic dream, and you will allow her to die and not revive as the first vampire. And in doing so, you confront Molag Ball, reject him and all he is, and you can even say that your name is Stendar. Basically, at the very end, you can not only reject Molag Ball and what he stands for, but you can also proclaim yourself Stendar at that point. If you choose the spawn, then you meet Sheogorath at the end of the road where Lamai Ball was raped, and you can reject what's going on at the last moment, in which case you a fragment of your soul ends up becoming Jacob, the guy who led you on this roundabout bullshit from the very beginning. If you accept being the Daedric Prince, then that's it. You've embraced the evil. Now, as far as Altano. That's what I meant to say. Okay. However, we have told Lamai Ball. We've told her that the story is just pointless and depressing. Like, there's no point to any of this. We basically said so. We drove a nihilistic streak through here, but we are still going to take the bard's perspective. So we've already locked ourselves out of the good ending intentionally through dialogue, but we are not going to go to the worst endings. We are instead going to go to the more or less canonical ending, which is Lamai Ball burns on the pyre and revives as a vampire, but without us necessarily 100% embracing it. You'll see.
Sometime later, her screams echoed across the fjords of Skyrim. I remember carrying her unconscious, violated body to the nearby camp of nomads. But she did not wake up again, and Nern lost a bright start of her life that day. Once upon a time, when the Elder Gleam was still young, before it was trapped underground, the world was full of danger and wondrous magic. On that day, I shed a single drop of blood on her brow. I only wished to give her a peaceful eternity, but instead, I cursed her with the agony of immortality. The tears of blood will never dry, and no sins will be forgiven. The stone, which led me to my fall, clothed itself in fire and slowly scorched my body.
Sad, but it is what it is. We're just gonna take her wedding dress and her rose. Now we get to know. We get to know where Laza came from. Yes. The one who took Alicia's body in Cold Harbor.
How could you do this? Give them back. My family, my sister. Please, give them back.
The dead are irreversibly lost.
Curse you, monster of Cephas! Curse you! Curse you! Curse you!
If we choose the good ending, we will not get Audibal. We will not get the Crimson Stone. However, if we mantle Molag Bal, then we do get it. See, to reject Molag Bal is to reject the material divinity of the stone and instead embrace the inner divinity that we have within us.
Well done. This is your reward. What will you do now?
We've been given the stone. I will abandon my name and head west. There's nothing but sorrow here. Stendar, remember that name, demon? I am the one who hunt down the Daedra. See, this line rings hollow in this ending. However, in the good ending, this actually has a huge impact, I think. However, Celril, remember my name, for I am the one who will destroy you.
It will certainly be amusing. I look forward to our battle.
Now, we have gained the Prophet. The Prophet is you get a buff at the end of the quest line, basically, and we now have buying and selling prices 5% better. That's good. Now, you'll notice that if we go through that cave, we will get this neutral ending. Molag Bal will still be, on the verge of death. And everything will have played out as it was meant to play out. And we will take the Crimson Stone corrupted by Molag Bal back to the material world with us. However, there is another option. We can take the Bard's Dagger, the Bard being the Ayleid Ball, and we can stab him. He is, of course, weak to the dagger, and it kills him in one hit. We can then take his heart and eat it. And by doing so, we can see that Molag Bal is reborn.
I am a coward who can only live in eternally repeating dreams. From the very beginning, it was my fate to be swallowed by the darkness I raised myself.
Sheogorath. We're gonna TCL up there really quick. He's watching.
vigilant will be here soon. What is your command?
Take care of this matter.
Gladly. You can rely on me, my lord.
My name is Molag Bal, Prince of Domination and Enslavement, the one who burns his own soul and curses the world of the Divines. Everything repeats, even now, after I knew the darkness, after I overcame the darkness, after I died.
The repeater. There you go. And thus, Stonefire is now able to be grabbed. And so that is a twist of the neutral ending with the bad ending. It's kind of a mixture of the two. And whilst I prefer the good ending, where you reject Molag Bal and all he is, I've decided to instead go with the with this ending because it suits my character more. Remember, I'm playing as an Altmer vampire who's racist against humans. You know, generally not a good person. So, whilst I believe the mod author did a great job with the good ending, where you reject Molag Bal, all he is, and you declare yourself Stendarr. You know, Mantle Stendarr instead of Molag Bal, basically. Instead of that, our character isn't suited for that. Our character would be, you know, is vengeful, is you know, stops at nothing to get all the items. Like, that's been his driving motivation past everything. You know, why am I doing this quest for these people? Because I'm going to get the items from it, right? I'm going to get the treasure, the relics, what have you. Like, this character is a terrible person. Has been for, you know, 642 hours now. Alicia's head, that belongs in the museum. I don't think so. It belongs on my belt. Remember that it will never decay because of the divinity imbued within it. That's it. Always a replica. Yes. Can't you keep the stone in the good end? No. The stone, you placed the stone originally to open the portal, right? But through Molag Bal, you can get the stone in one of the bad endings where you choose to embrace some aspect of Molag Bal. Correct. If you choose the good ending where you reject Molag Bal and all he is, the statue will crumble into pieces. And it'll just be in bits on the ground. Correct. So that's it. And you absolutely can leave if you want. Like, you don't have to enter Molag Bal's, you know, inner sanctum and get the stone. You can actually just walk out and leave as a neutral ending. Yes. The aspect of Stendarr, yes. But that's only if you have the good ending. Now, if we look up here, yes, it's a summoning book over here, yes. But we back up to about here. There we go. There's the credits. Yep. Choices and consequences. This makes your baby-born head hurt. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You're a Skyrim player. You're not used to choices and consequence. That said, there's a bit of moon logic in some of these choices, or sorry, consequences. So I don't know. I don't know if this is a great example. I think it's better than Bethesda's version, for sure. But, and this is a big but, it's not a good explanation. I need to clarify that. Like, yes, the choices and consequences are vastly superior to anything Bethesda put into Skyrim, but I wouldn't call it good. I would just call Skyrim's writing bad. And then this is less bad or mediocre, or as you put it, wonky. You know? Like, exactly. Vanilla Skyrim's writing is a very low bar to pass. Go play a proper CRPG, and you'll see what I mean. But let's no. So for those who don't know, we're playing as the Dragonborn.
Poor baby born, please don't cry anymore, 'cause your mommy is here, baby born, baby born.
When baby born cries, she's thirsty. Let's give her a bottle. Just like a real baby, she's wet her diaper.
Baby born, baby born.
But in addition to that, you have to remember how Skyrim was written. Like it was written by our good old friend.
What's the story with Bethesda stories? How do we make our stories? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. This is my own personal rule for myself, right? Keep it simple, stupid. What does that mean? When I'm coming up with a story for a game, I like to concentrate on strong central themes. You know, Skyrim. Skyrim is a game about dragons, right? Even in the studio. What is the game about? It's about dragons. But the story is not really about dragons, right? It is about the lone hero. It is much more biblical than a lot of the other stories we've done. It's about the Dragonborn, the Dovahkiin, is much more of a messiah sort of character.
Yes. Let's go. We're definitely a messiah sort of character, isn't that right? Okay. Sorry, Marwin, you don't exist anymore. Yes, exactly. All right. Remember those Khajiits in the beginning? Well, we've woken up. Remember how Company Ra was skinned alive by the evil by that one evil Khajiit? Well, this one, yes, they're back now. It's funny. They've been reincarnated as Elfiques, believe it or not. My goodness, you said nothing wrong with that, but Skyrim isn't biblical? Correct. The Neverine, the Lord Nerevar sacrificed his life at Red Mountain, then was reborn to redeem the Dunmer people and atone for the sins of the tribunal. That's a little more biblical. That's a little more of a messiah than the Dovahkiin, if you know what I mean. The Dovahkiin is your generic savior character. Has very little biblical about it. But, you know, based on what Emil said and what we've seen, he pretty much has a Sunday school level understanding of what is biblical, as far as I've been able to tell. Now, he might have educated himself since, you know, like, I've spent the past, like, 3 or 4 years showing that clip and kind of mocking it, which I wouldn't do if there weren't aspects of it that I liked. Like, the problem is, like, if I just outright hated everything he made, then I wouldn't be invested enough to even complain about it. That's the yeah, that's the unfortunate situation. Now let's have a chat with this Khajiit.
Ah, good. You are fine. Jazan is glad. Then at least he did not pull you out of the water for nothing.
Let's see. Have we met before?
No, Jazan has never seen you before. Perhaps you have met Jazan's father or cousin. In Jazan's family, every male is called Jazan. This must be it.
So he's the descendant of the guy who was at the tower. He was imprisoned by the Elysian Order. Sad day. Did you pull me from the lake?
Yes, that is correct. But Khajiit does not need your thanks. He got it from your pockets when you were sleeping.
And these kittens around here?
They are Arfik. They look like normal cats, but they are real Khajiit. They are as clever as Jazan.
Can Alfik talk?
They do not speak Cyrodiilic, but they understand it. A bit. Alfik have their own language. Even Jazan understands it only a little.
Are they your children?
But no, Jazan is a very sensible Khajiit. He saved them from the chick trader to help them.
Chick trader?
A slave trader who sells children. He kidnaps orphans and sells them into slavery. He is the worst among slavers. Even the Renrid Jacqueline do not do such things. Beware of the cat called Jazel. He is especially ruthless, both at buying and selling.
No, I see. Did you name these kittens?
Jazan did not. They told him their names. If Jazan named them, all kittens would be named Jazan. Alfik are a bit different from the other Khajiit. Some of them are already born with names.
In other words, these are the reincarnations of the two here. They didn't go to the they were both ensnared by Molag Bal due to the shenanigans that happened during the main quest of Vigilant. However, you can see, having defeated Molag Bal, we released their souls. So that's that. We are going to leave now. Wait. Oh wow, that was kind of frightening. Yes. All right, we're done. But the idea that they can be together, although in a different form, in a different life, is interesting. Well, either way, we are now back in Skyrim. It only took us, like, what, 20 hours? Something like that? No big deal. But, yeah. We, our first goal should be to get back to Helgen. Since, it's been a while. Nice holiday trip to Cold Harbor. Yes. That took me over 50 hours last time. Probably. Okay, we got goblins. Oh, I still have the Bard's Dagger. Pretty interesting. Oh, level 91 goblins. These guys are super tanky. That's good to know. Good to know. Let's drain vitality. Then while he's stunned, plunk him. Oh god. Okay, that is not as easy as I thought. Looks like I'm just gonna exploit this whole thing and Elemental Fury it. You know, I didn't think we were gonna do that, but thought I saw something there. You can see that chieftain there is gonna get plunked to death. Very good. So it's back to cheesing level 91 monsters. I like how this guy is fighting another goblin who's gonna die to the breath attack I used. Okay. He is so defeated. We only need a couple of those things. My goodness. Let's stop and heal for a second. That's slightly terrifying. Okay. Got it. That is as it should be. Now. There's another goblin right over here. I tried to clunk him, but he's being a pain in the ass. There we go. His spider summon disappeared, so that's good. There's another goblin off in the distance. Oh. My goodness. Here we go. God damn. That guy just non-stops it. Level 91 bastard. Fine. Well, it's scaled to your levels, so they're 91 because you're 91. Yes, I know. It's madness. Alright, so it looks like there's 2 more goblins up this way near Helgen. But we got to get into Helgen. Okay, Snowcat. What the hell's a Snowcat doing here? Well, that's a bit weird. It's dead. Jeez. And 2 goblins over there. They're running around this farmhouse. That Bile Berserker, damn. Is there a way to improve your equipment? Oh, absolutely. You just need to use the crafting system. Get excited for that. Go. I mean, that said, I'm using legendary relics that are extremely overpowered by comparison to everything else. And I'm using mods that absolutely make things harder intentionally. Oh, the kid's back. Hooray, let's get into Helgen. But yes, the crafting system allows you to infinitely upgrade things. It's a bit silly. Know why I had to lockpick this door? Ah, because the real door's over there. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Yes.
See.
You're the new Archmage of the college in Winterhold? Well, maybe you can teach me some things about magic sometime.
Sure.
Out of all the people to help us, a Dragonborn. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it with my own eyes.
Yes.
Your most balanced and powerful.
Okay. Well, either way. Traveler. Yes. What's Arnold doing in Skyrim? That's a very good question. That is a very, very good question. Alright. Well, we definitely did it. Now, someone asked earlier about Shadow of War. It's a pretty fun game. I highly recommend it. Its story is terrible. You should ignore it. But, that's a whole nother issue. Alright. Let's see. About, oh, what the hell. We're just gonna wait until morning. So, yeah. It was certainly an adventure that we went through. Cold Harbor. Alright, so, as I understand Shadow of War, there is an elf lord, by the name of Carol Bimbo, and he has a disorder. He has a tick, a verbal tick. It's called Palantir. He can't really get through like more than 2 or 3 sentences without saying Palantir. And but otherwise, it's a really good game. It's just it spends way too much time dealing with that aspect of the plot. All right. Well, everything seems to be good.
Someone said the thieves were at it again. Maybe you should go teach them a thing or two about honor.
That's funny. That's really funny. That you think that. My goodness. All right. Well. Yes, you'd be surprised. There was one guy who spent like 45 minutes to an hour. One stream, he was trying to argue to me, and I tolerated it because it was kind of funny. I don't think I'd suffer a repeat of that, but he tried to argue vehemently that the Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion, all of it is connected with the Shadow of War game, and it all fits within nice cohesive lore. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like, you obviously were paying attention to a certain someone's movies and not, actual Lord of the Rings. Like, you have real Lord of the Rings, and then you have Peter Jackson movie Lord of the Rings. Don't get me wrong, Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings are kind of fun, but they're also fundamentally different to Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. And no, I'm not going to create a video explaining it for you, so you're going to have to actually go read it. Or not, that's fine. But, yeah. My goodness. A fun, turn your mind off, enjoy an action movie. Yes. Yes, indeed. How do you come up with a good backstory? That's a very good question. You need to think of your character as part of the world, and less as a narrative tool. A narrative tool to show off cool things. That's how you come up with a good backstory. Is you figure out. You let the world inform the character, not the character informing the world. However, that said, you can have the best backstory in the world, and let's just say, if you don't try to do anything with your story, then there's really no point to it. Like, if your goal was to take two of your favorite things, or three or four of your favorite things, and smash them together, which is what most fan fiction writers do, that's fine. Just try to understand what your work is setting out to do from the beginning. What kind of story are you trying to tell? Like, what is the point and purpose of that story? What is the theme of that story? And if you can't answer those questions, then you probably don't have any business coming up with a backstory for a character in that particular story, because you haven't figured out the story yet. Now, that said, there is no shame. There is no shame in making a story where you just want cool shit to happen. It's just, you need to then give the story the weight and tone commensurate with that idea. In other words, don't take it too seriously, and don't let the story take itself too seriously. If all you want to do is show off cool stuff, because a hollow story can be entertaining popcorn fodder, but an entertaining story, a hollow story that takes itself too seriously stops being popcorn fodder and becomes just awful.
Watch what you're doing.
It's kind of like how Molag Ball's dialogue at the end of Vigilant was just kind of, what? Because it completely broke the tone of Skyrim. Like, and even when Alduin is soaring through the air doing his dragon shouts, it never quite reaches that level where the flower petals are raining, and you get a monologue, right? Yeah, Alduin monologues a little bit, but for the most part, it's keep it simple, stupid, hands off. But when you have something take itself a little too seriously for the tone of what surrounds it in general, it just doesn't work. My goodness. Anyway, we have to work our way over now to
Think you can barter with me like I'm one of those damned shopkeepers?
You can't take Molag Bal seriously in Vigilant. I mean, he isn't really Molag Bal, though. He's an alien named Bal who's fully there, physically. My goodness, you said you should stick to the tone of the game? Oh, you're talking about creating a Skyrim character. Do whatever you want. It's just video games. It's not that important. I thought you were asking for writing advice. And so I gave you writing advice. All right, here we go. No. My recommendation for creating a character backstory in Skyrim, like for your player character, is just find something cool in the lore that you like. I like the House Redrin, for example. So make a House Redrin character. You know, like figure out where, like look at a Tamriel map, figure out where they were born. You know, like what did they do in their early life before they came to Skyrim. You know, and if you use the alternate start mod, you don't have to do the crossing the border bullshit. You can but yeah, I mean. Don't overthink it if it's a Skyrim character. Just find an area you like in the lore, and attach your character to it, and have some fun. Oh, I jumped in place there. Yes. I mean, really, it comes down to just looking at the world in its details and going, you know, I like this faction, or I like this location, or you know, there are things about it I like, and you just kind of go, okay, well, this is what I want to base my character off of, and you just fill in the blanks from there. So, you know, if you're a Khajiit, or are you from elsewhere, like, or are you from somewhere else, and your parents are from elsewhere? Maybe that leads to you being detached from Khajiiti culture, so you don't use Khajiiti speak, and you're, you know, you're just an imperialized Khajiit, or whatnot.
There are dragons about, traveler. Be warned.
I know. I was at Helgen.
Then you've seen them too. We lost our home, our livestock. We barely have enough gold to get by.
Yeah, have 5 septums, fine.
Thank you, traveler. Be safe, and don't forget to keep an eye on the sky.
Yeah, have a pittance of gold.
Thank you for your kindness.
I have 75,000 septums on my character right now. 5 is nothing. I have millions in the gallery, in my treasure vault. So, yeah. Okay. Well, let's head on into Whiterun and go see our resident bloodbag. What can the poor man buy with 5 septums? Nothing in this economy. Remember, I broke the economy of the game when I set this up.
You have vanquished a great evil from Skyrim. You have saved this land and our very souls.
Indeed I have. Indeed I have. Don't worry about this human lady's head on my belt. That's nothing there. My goodness. As far as standout mods go, the best one for Skyrim is Beyond Skyrim Bruma. But if you want a real quality mod, go play Morrowind and check out Skyrim Home of the Nords. And you can go play you can go play in the Reach. in a much better version of the Reach than Skyrim, the video game, had.
Looking for my husband, Nazim? Check the Jarl's backside.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, everybody. It's time. It's that time again. It's that time again. Here we go. Hold on. Ahem. Hold on. Got it.
Looking for my husband, Nazim? Check the Jarl's backside. That's usually where he stuffs himself these days.
Rorik, eat.
Hey, Taff.
Jarl. Hey, Jarl. Hey, Jarl. Hey, Jarl. Hey. Okay, Jarl's backside. Jarl's backside. I'm from the Jarl's backside. Hey, Jarl's backside. I'm from the Jarl's backside. Jarl's backside. I'm from the Jarl's backside. Hey, Jarl's backside. I'm from the Jarl's backside. I suck the finest meat. I hunt with the best wenches in the hold. I actually advise the Jarl on political matters. My input is invaluable, of course. Some may call me junk. I'm Jarl's junk. Got a problem with me. Got a problem with my Jarl.
There you go. That's Backside by Young Scrolls. Here's the link. It is a SoundCloud. He never made a video of it. That should do it. Okay. You tried Morrowind, you can't get past the running consumes fatigue thing. Install a mod for that. No, seriously. Like, anytime... So, the only issue with Morrowind, other than running consumes fatigue, is you really do need to get the proper skills for your character and stats for your character that are, for the right weapons. For example, don't use a dagger if you have a long blade skill. Things like that. But seriously, as far as the running consumes fatigue thing, use a mod. The game is practically begging you to mod it in so many different ways. You're fine when your fatigue isn't 0. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I did not appreciate the running thing there. All right. My favorite Elder Scrolls game is Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. I used to say that my favorite game was Morrowind, or it was Daggerfall or Morrowind. What used to happen is I would play Morrowind and I'd go, oh goodness, I miss all those really cool features from Daggerfall, like climbing and the bank system and the drifting political factions where their actual relationships with each other change. All the different religions that are kind of opposed to each other. Same with the knightly orders. I love the huge world size, so on and so forth. But then the game is just too buggy. It's buggy and broken, and I don't like how buggy and broken it is. Then Daggerfall Unity was done. And now I can definitely say that Daggerfall is my favorite Elder Scrolls game. However, keep in mind that Morrowind and Daggerfall are practically different genres almost. Like Morrowind is a sandbox action adventure game with RPG elements, and I would say that Daggerfall is more of a fantasy life simulator, heavier on the RPG elements, and it does not have a quote-unquote handcrafted world in the same way. It's more procedurally generated, but I enjoy it more because I don't have to have those handcrafted things in front of me. I can use my imagination. It's, the whole tabletop role-playing games idea, but you get visual aids for it. Either way, we dealt with.
That's usually where he stuffs himself these days.
Yes, indeed.
Are you married? You look the type. Make sure you treat your wife with the respect she deserves. Here you stand, talking to a married woman. Why? Am I that interesting? Or perhaps there are other things on your mind.
Yes, other things on your mind. Go away. Thank you. All right, here we go. Quick save before we go any further. And, yeah, we got to go find our resident blood bag. Absolutely. Arena's a pretty terrible game. It's got a great villain. Like, he's a comic book villain. But he's over the top, right? But he's in your face. And he's played so well. How do I put this? Arena is very light on the interactions, so to have him contrast those interactions with, just being in your face, it makes a lot of sense. Now, I gotta go figure out why the next door neighbor's dog is screaming. Like, it's yowling. So I'm gonna go upstairs, I'm gonna go check on that, and then I'll be right back down here playing more. It's just, I can hear it howling and howling. It sounds like it's in sorrow. So I'm not going to ignore an animal in distress. I'll be right back. So, the neighbors are not home, and the dog got trapped outside. So, yeah, the neighbors aren't home, and somehow the dog got trapped outside. So, here I've got the neighbor's dog. Isn't that amazing? Yes. Yeah. He was howling. He couldn't yeah. There was nothing he could do. He couldn't get back inside. I don't know how he got out in the first place. You think they would have locked him in the house? I don't know why he's there. I'm gonna go ahead and grab. I'm gonna go around back and see if like there's a window open or something that he may have gotten out of, and throw him inside and close it. But either way, yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, their back window was open, and the dog got out and couldn't get back in because I don't know. He somehow climbed out the window and couldn't get back in. So I threw him in the window and then shut the window so he can't get out again. I'm sure, like, this house is like right next to the neighbor's house. So I'm sure I'll hear him howling again. But he's inside now. For what good that does. All right. See. All right, let's go find our blood bag. She should be in here. Oh, remember these red guards? We haven't talked to them yet. Oh, he's got a chakra. Yeah.
I am merely an apprentice. You'll need to speak to Adrienne or Ulfberth if you want to buy something.
All right.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
Right. Here's Breeze home. Mm-hmm. Behold what is in that room.
You're back. Look what I found. Here, take it.
A gold diamond necklace. Gold diamond necklace. Look what I found. I found this expensive necklace. Yeah. All right. Think your kid's stealing? I mean, I've given her 10,000 gold. Last time she's like, "Could I have some money to buy something at the market?" And so I gave her 10,000 gold. And it's just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's got money to spend. She's spending on pickpocket training. Ah, investment in the future, eh? Well, you can only train 5 times per level in this game, so what level is she? Dun, dun, dun. Let's see.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead.
Of course.
So you can cast a few spells. Am I supposed to be impressed? I find your hand in my pocket.
Is a better
I'm going
place
to cut
now.
it off.
But is there any place better than Sovngarde?
Yes. My goodness. Please don't kill me, demon. Take this necklace. Yeah.
Hail, companion.
All right, let's go inside here. Wait, what time is it? It's only like 8 a.m. I could probably head on to Solitude. I just wanted to check on my blood bag and make sure she was okay. And she's just fine. So I'll go have a look at the local Jarl. Ooh, the Jarl isn't even up yet. And she's still bald. That's amazing. Alright.
You know the Whispering Lady, don't you? I can tell. Kinda nice being in on a secret, isn't it?
The Whispering Lady, yeah. The Ebony Blade, we sealed it away behind a barrier.
Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors.
I like how he has no dialogue at all beyond like what he started with. By the way, my frame rate, you can see it's pretty good, right? Check this out. This orb of low frame rate. Yes. The FPS hell ball. Pretty funny. Just get close to it and your frame rate dips. Alright. Well, time to go.
No lollygagging.
Okay. 16 times the poly count. I can hear the dog barking again, but it's somewhat muffled because it's, you know, through the wall as opposed, or through the window as opposed to the, as opposed to just outside. Kind of funny. As long as the dog isn't trapped outside, though, I'm pretty content with the situation. Usually there's at least someone home. At least that's been my, how I've noticed it. So, been my observation. There we go. Fugitive. In my Whiterun? Yeah. You're a criminal. Don't worry about it. It's okay to mutilate criminals and take their possessions. No problem here. Jeez. Yes. Jiggle-ag, lollygagging somewhere. Oh no.
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops.
Never is. Right. So, we need to get to Solitude. It's still morning. So we can, I'm just trying to figure out which direction I want to take. Ultimately, oh, you know what? We should follow the road going north. That way we can go past the Temple of Stendar. That's good. How many hours? Barely any. It's practically a brand new playthrough. We're only at 643 hours and 33 minutes. That's barely any time at all. We just defeated Molag Bal and ended Vigilant, which I'm very happy about. Vigilant by, who are you?
Need something?
Your Eldar's Junk Emporium. I was gonna say, I thoroughly enjoy Vigilant. I don't want to say Vigilant is good, because that would be setting an unrealistic expectation. But in many respects, at least in Act 4, it's much better than vanilla Skyrim. If I say it's good storytelling, then, you know, you might start... that's the problem, is when I say, like, the King of Orsinium is really the only good villain in all of ESO, people will then start comparing him to villains you'd find in novels or in really good movies. And, they forget he's still an ESO character. It's like, don't make that comparison, please. All right. There we go. How many game days? I don't know. Today's year 202. I mean, it's the 9th of Sun's Height, 4th Era 202. So we've been here for a year? More than that? I don't know. I think it starts at 401. Sorry. Sorry, 201. Like that. So less than a year? Remember, we haven't been waiting huge amounts of time. And we have the time scale brought down really far. So all of these events happened in a matter of weeks. Yes. The Fire Nation. You know, the United States. What? Go. The old Fallouts? What do you mean, how do I find things to do? What are you talking about? What are you going on about? Jeez. I mean, I haven't found all the Deathbrand armor. There's an abandoned house. Just let's go inside. There's Undeath. What's this? Speak with the girl's courier. Yes, the Griffin. That's over in Beyond Reach. So, what are you going on about? Like, I can start a bunch of other quests too. There are whole quest chains that I haven't started yet. Hell, I haven't been to Falskar. I haven't done the Civil War now. It's more realistic to say the Fire Nation was Imperial Japan. No. If the other Axis powers didn't exist, then I'd agree with you. I have all the compatible... Oh, God. Hello, Drummond. Jeez. Put on my armor, thanks. What do you mean you're traveling without your armor on? Just waiting to get ambushed, then. Wait, what just happened? That's interesting. Where'd the dragon go? Why didn't my health get healed? I don't know what's going on anymore. I got quad damage. This is something. Oh, wow. Okay, I actually died. Yep. That was kind of nuts. Yes, Drummond, quite terrifying. Elder Scrolls 1. They were fire Drummond. All right. That isn't doing it either. Okay, let's take a moment. Oh, there's a saber cat chasing me down too. Lovely. It was a pincer attack. All right, let's use oh, again, just a very normal enemy. Nothing nothing out of the ordinary. Give me a second. Save that. And then those out of the way. Yeah, you know, just a normal creature from Elder Scrolls 1. It's got hooves. Why does it have hooves? Nobody knows. All right. The eye actually worked. Still, you'd think it would be extracted by the end of the quest, but is what it is. We're going to use rain shelter really quick. Hippity hopping on in. Said wait till night. Yeah, well, we don't wait. We go inside a shelter, and then we sleep there. Just gonna take a couple things here. Hold on. Okay. There we go. The Dragonborn was like Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is a game that is specifically designed to have you be the jack of all trades, master of all. If you are not the jack of all trades, master of all, you like the game isn't built for that. Let me see here. Okay. Trying to find whether I'm sated or not. My goodness. Oh, that's that. Gonna quick save here. Worst case scenario, I have a feeling I can fix some things by yeah, I know how to fix it. This is a glitch that's happened a couple times. Bam! So the way to fix this specifically is pretty easy. Yeah, Jake Bob, we're not going to get into the details. How do I put this? Don't take a one-off comment as an invitation for political speculation. I will leave it at this. When it comes to the United States, it's actually monetary interests, self-interests. It has nothing to do with civilizing other cultures. It has everything to do with we need, like, our companies want lucrative contracts, and we want the resources from this place. So we're gonna force these contracts through until they're used up, and then once they're used up, that'll be that. All right, we're gonna travel over here. Anyway. But no, we won't be speculating on that today. We won't be continuing this particular line of thinking. All right. Here we go.
So even though the world is huge, you can select anywhere you know about on the map and instantly fast travel there. This gets you right to the fun. Fast travel. Fast.
Okay. So we have to do something pretty basic. So we have a chit chat with this guy right over here, and my goodness, howdy DB. Have a little bit of a headache, but you know it is what it is. Let me see here. Deduction. Whoops. We can fix this by directly feeding on this guy.
Hey, stop!
Yes. Don't worry about it. Sneak drain lethal. Pale guard is dead. And thus, we've received all the things. Do we need the Dawnstar gear? Why not? Worst case scenario, it'll be useful. Alright. Ah, yes, the Pale Guard's armor belongs in the museum. There we go. As you can see, that's all that was needed. This guy's gonna find whoever did this. Hey, I found this guy. He's dead.
What do you need?
Nothing. Ah, boy. Okay, we are going to loop back around this Syrah, somewhere like this. Yes, we've just finished Vigilant. Is Vigilant compatible with Legacy of the Dragonborn? Oh my, yes. Yeah, we're going to end up with like 30 extra relics from our time in Cold Harbor. Serious business. It's not just we were not playing these mods for no reason. Like most of these new world mods have compatibility patches for Legacy of the Dragonborn for a reason. They exist for that purpose. All right. Hello?
I'm on my way to Solitude to join the Legion. A united empire is better for everyone.
Very good. You join that Legion. You can give swear fealty to the Emperor who's dead. That's funny stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay. That should do it. Ah, yes. Heading on through. How long ago was the first era? Oh, my. You talk about corroding, but you have to remember that there are relics that have never decayed or broken because of their divine status. You're thinking a little too logically, a little too real-worldy. When Tamriel is a place where if people have enough faith in an object being of a divine origin, then their faith imbues that object with divine power. It's not that the object has divine power because it's a divine relic. Rather, the object has divine power because a shit ton of people believed that it has divine power. Myth and legend more or less give these things what we call mythical status. Yes. Ooh, you said bronze doesn't rust. Yes, but if iron is blessed under the proper rituals, I imagine it would never rust unless it were corrupted. And that corruption might cause it to rust and break and fall to dust, but you know, that particular corruption would have to overcome the blessing that the object had. So again, you know, things you understand from the real world might not necessarily translate to Tamriel. And you know, it would be interesting to have standout cases where, you know, this is a thing, and it normally isn't a thing, and you know, weapons do actually rust and whatnot. You know, we meticulously kept repairing this relic until it became the ship of Theseus. You know, for those who don't know, that it's the idea that if you replace every piece of a ship, you know, is it still the original ship, or is it a brand new ship if you've replaced every piece of it? And it's the idea that because Tamriel puts such an emphasis on faith and belief, you might end up with relics that aren't actually from the first era. They are they might be just something that someone stumbled upon and, oh, this is the ancient relic from the first era. No, it isn't. Someone made it 6 years ago. We don't have carbon dating, you know, in Tamriel. But, you know, it might have the same enchantments, the same magical properties because enough people believe that's the case. The object through myth and legend was turned into that. Alright, so we're back to the Temple of Stendarr, finally. Ooh. It's not going to hurt you if you believe it's fake. The problem is, if the person who's using it to try to hurt you believes enough that it is real, they might be able to kill you with a sword that doesn't exist. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you might not believe it. And as a result, you know, your flesh gets rent and you die, but you're a ghost and you're going, he didn't kill me. As a ghost, you're like, I didn't die. What are you talking about? I'm just fine. All right. You like how the Mega Pope in Final Fantasy XIV had Nidhogg's eye as a catalyst and thousands of years of prayer, and the Warrior of Light is just Kek. There's some implications about the Warrior of Light. If you don't want Final Fantasy XIV spoiled, I'm about to do some theory crafting here. It's heavily implied in the final expansion pack, or at least the latest one that's out. The Warrior of Light. Okay, so originally, you know, there's like 14 different dimensions, and a few of them got merged into the main dimension. The thing about the original people were giants, both physically, mentally, magically. Their souls were super dense and powerful beyond measure. Those are the original people. And when the dimensions got split like 14 ways, everyone got diluted. And so mortality, as we understand it, is a side effect of human souls being divided like 14 times. And it's the idea that humans are a super diluted version of their original selves. It is implied that the Warrior of Light that you play as in Final Fantasy XIV existed back during that original time, back before the world got split into, 14 different worlds. And before that happened, he or she was the 14th member of the Convocation. The Convocation was like the supreme council that ruled over humanity in Aramont. Aramont was like the best capital of humanity, where everyone believed their civilization was perfect. As a result of believing their civilization was perfect, they were stagnant. They lived quote unquote perfect lives, and in doing so, never really sought to leave their bubble. Well, the 14th member of the Convocation left Aramont. He went out and he explored the world, the massive world. By the way, 14 times bigger than the world we get in the video game, because it was the age before everything got split. So he was the world's first adventurer, wandered the world, and the implications are that if you were an original human with not immortality necessarily, but agelessness, the idea that you are more or less a god already, well, your potential for growth is that much higher. So the idea, it's not 14 lifespans, it's the idea that there is no longer a limit on your lifespan if you have a soul as dense as that. A body as dense as that. Anyway, you think the PC is 7 times rejoined? Yes, but what I'm getting at is their original self was like the first adventurer, the only member of the convocation to say fuck it and leave Aramat to journey across the lands. And in doing so, they became so much greater than any of the other people that even divided among among all of, you know, those other worlds, they still have that base level of just ridiculous potential that is inherent in the fact that they were one of the original people, and to top it off, the only original person to actually have journeyed the lands and you know, grown. The idea is, well, if you grind for a little while, your level goes up, right? Well, imagine someone like an original person who did that under original world conditions. It's kind of frightening, the potential for growth that someone would have. You know, whereas now we're looking, 7 times rejoined, exactly. So you're looking at like basically, if it's 14 and then 7 times rejoined, you know, you're looking at basically still a seventh of it, right? Yes. So what I'm getting at here is that not only would the Warrior of Light be an original person with a connection to the original age of humanity that way predates the hopes and dreams and prayers of Ishgard and its Pope, but also multiple links with multiple realities. In other words, like, there's still 6 other dimensions out there that he has a mirrored soul in, that he or she could potentially draw from. You look at the whole world building, and it makes perfect sense that the Warrior of Light is a Mary/Gary stew, right? I mean, it really a Mary Sue/Gary stew. It's fine. It's inherent in the game, the way it's made. It's an anime, okay? It's a Japanese cartoon power fantasy. They never reached their full potential through the void. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see what happened to their soul in the void. So one of the 7 remaining dimensions is it accidentally got overcome by darkness and was completely consumed. All the people who were left alive got turned into immortal demons. We're talking about like Warhammer/Warcraft type, you know, where if you kill them, they'll just respawn in the Twisting Nether, aka the Void, and can be resummoned an infinite number of times. They're basically creatures of primordial darkness at this point. One of the dimensions is just pure darkness. It's why the Crystal Tower raid has you going through the world of darkness. Even Eden has you going through the world of darkness. It's a piece of that, kind of a shard of that, as I remember it. If I'm remembering correctly. Doesn't matter. What I'm getting at, though, is it's perfectly natural for the Warrior of Light to be a Mary Sue/Gary stew, right? It's absolutely completely understandable and by design. Like, it is a power fantasy. It understands it's a power fantasy, and it delivers on those power fantasy moments. That's all I gotta say. Let's get going. So we gotta go have a chat with the lady in the library. Hello.
Welcome back. I was worried sick about you.
Yes, sorry I caused you such distress.
You are everything to us. What would happen to the temple without you? Anyway, I'm just glad you're back with us now.
I interacted with her like 4 times.
After fighting a vampire, make sure to pray at the altar. It's easy to get infected with vampirism.
What's going on with the stone tablet?
I bought it from a peddler in Falkreath. I think it could be attributed to the Alessian Order from the First Era. The text is damaged, and I can't read everything, but it seems to tell about the return of Shazar.
Shazar, got it. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. We can travel back and forth between the moment of broken Cold Harbor, or at least the Priory. Oh, it gives us access to our storage. Okay. That makes sense. And this leads out to the fake Cold Harbor, which is still being consumed. So if we missed anything and we wanted to get something, I mean, we've already picked Cold Harbor clean, so it doesn't matter. But let's quick save here and let's go out. I want to see if it works. It probably will, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So if we wanted to, we could do a victory lap through the Imperial City. We don't need to. We've already finished everything here. But the idea is this tablet allows us to go back into Cold Harbor if we want to. And we can literally climb back in the coffin. That's fucking ridiculous. We can climb back in the coffin to get out of the tablet. That's hilarious. Okay, anything else?
The magic of this witch is unusual. It's very different from the magic taught at the college.
Of course, but we've already dealt with the witch. I don't know why you're talking about this.
Need something?
No, generic vigilance are now here. Fine. Yes, a Shazar. Yes, I know about the debug room. I talked about it the first time we came here. Okay. You're surprised she didn't get sucked into the tablet? It doesn't work that way. We're attuned to that moment before Cold Harbor collapsed, more or less. And so we're basically reliving our experiences in Cold Harbor to a certain degree. Just looking at this empty world that we've already pillaged, going, wow. Well, that's a thing, isn't it? All right, we've got to get to the gallery here. It's going to take a moment and a half, but we'll get there. Oh, there's a boar. Hello there. Are you going to attack me, Mr. Boar? Of course you are. But I retaliate with Major Clunk. Major Clunk is going to be the name of some sort of a soldier in the Imperial Legion. You'll see.
Is there something I can do for you?
Yes, Sarah?
Sarah? Merchant.
What do you need, handsome?
Yes.
Take a look.
Okay. So she has nothing of consequence. Ooh, a Somerset Royal Mark. Please do. I'll be buying that for cheaper.
Take a look.
Okay. Let's see. Mark. Yes. Somerset Royal Mark. Thank you. That should do it. Oh, wow. I hear the dog again. Okay. Well, looks like we are going... No, we're not speaking to the Night Mother right now. She's gonna have another mission for us. That mod made me want to quit Skyrim forever. I mean, I didn't, obviously, but yeah, that the Dark Brotherhood of old is let's just say it is some pretty heavy fan fiction. And by that I mean like really, really fanficky fan fiction. Yeah. Exactly. Well, at least we got Alicia's severed head now. That's the important thing. We are more or less complete. I'm pretty happy with this. We will have a lot more to go over, I'm sure, but right now the most important thing is getting back to the gallery. Finicky fox. Leave it alone. Uh-oh. Dawn guards. No, I wasn't. I wasn't expecting you to run right into my attack. That was a complicated strategy. It might have paid off had I not been able to, you know, heal myself. All right.
Light take you.
Give it a try.
Your time has come.
Glorious. Let's watch. We'll fight the winner. Yes. She's been dead for thousands of years. No.
Light take you.
Light take you. Okay. Here we go. Bam! Did you see that? I'll give you death now. There we go. Very good. Very good. He is quite dead now. Yes. He was bonked. Okay. I bet he didn't fly up too. It's okay. That's Snow Naga. Yes. That's that, I suppose. Yep, we can go now. How do you take that much damage? I have mods that greatly increase the amount of damage dealt by me and the amount of damage dealt by enemies. Because I knew it would reach this point. I prepared, you see. Mm-hmm. How does a hammer decapitate people? That's a very good question. It's Skyrim. The swords look like, the vanilla swords, I should say, look like paddles, like an oar or something. And I'm just gonna skip the troll. Troll will have to chase me down if it wants to attack me. Huh. I don't recognize these big pillars right next to this cart. That's kind of weird. I'm not going to question it too much. It's just I don't remember them there. Not to say they don't exist. Conjurer. Very good. Muffle talisman. Okay, we can go now. Yep, we lost the oars, used the swordsman. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, passing by a small town. Stone Hills. Oh boy. We've already been in Stone Hills. We've already been in the Stone Hills mine. Quite a bit went on there. How close are we to Solitude? We are getting there. So, basically, we need to head past... Actually, we're just going to cut up and across past Morvoth's lair. Should be okay. But yeah, when you're asking about sound effects for different weapon types, kind of funny.
All right, Hag. Any last words?
You're going to let us speak after what she's done.
It's the right of any mortal.
And what about Dercathus? Did this hag give him his say?
Sorax is right, Clara. We don't have to stoop to their level. And besides, I want to hear her beg.
So, Hag, what of it? Anything to say before we send you to the gods?
7 days.
What's that? Speak up, wit!
7 days.
In 7 days, a fog will descend on all your houses. It will consume your livestock, your spouses, your children. And it will continue for all eternity, until the 4 of you are forever bound to the void!
Well, that was disappointing. I thought she'd at least offer us gold.
Monsters don't fear death, and they have no understanding of mercy. It was wrong to let her speak.
Perhaps you're right. But either way, she's dead now. Dercathos' soul will have peace.
Oh no. Quickly.
I would have enjoyed watching this hag plead for her life.
Yeah, but unfortunately... Oh wow, I can't even harvest her organs.
Dercathus was a fool, but he was also a friend. Shame what happened to him.
This isn't your concern, stranger. Best you move along.
Who are you people?
We're witch hunters. We fight to cleanse the land of their foul sorcery.
Witch hunters are a class in the Elder Scrolls, by the way. If you've played other games besides Skyrim, you'd know that, maybe. Alright. Let's see. Are you the leader of this group?
I suppose you could say that. Although it's been some time since we've gotten together like this. But when I heard what happened to Dercathos, I didn't have a choice but to avenge his death.
Mm-hmm. And who was the person you executed?
She was a witch. Gods only know the evil she's wrought. But she won't be a nuisance any longer.
I see. And Dercathus?
An old Argonian friend of ours. A few years back, a lot of us quit the group to stay home and raise a family. Dercathus, he was more of a loner. So he kept up the fight on his own.
I see.
Poor Dercathus. He could have settled down like the rest of us, but he loved the hunt more than any woman.
He loved the hunt more than any woman. Okay, then. Well, that was an interesting event. Doesn't see in 7 days something bad's gonna happen.
Dercathus was a fool, but he was also
a friend. Yeah, I don't know. Like, in 7 days something might happen. It'll be interesting to find out. Wonder if it'll kill the blood bag in Whiterun, because I got caught up in that curse that I was watching. Alright. Think it's an unmarked quest? Sounds like it. They're definitely indicating that stuff is going to happen. So, I'm interested. These goblins aren't as strong as the others were. Fine. I am okay with this. I can grab alchemy ingredients, money, and potions off these goblins, so... hello? That's a big lizard dog. Goblin Berserker's next. Is that a... That's a baby guar! Oh, crap. Since when did goblins tame baby guar? Did you know this is a werewolf? Like, it uses the werewolf model? Kind of ridiculous. Alright. Should be good. Ooh. Tail rig, you mean the stick? Yes. It's a stick. Alright, we gotta keep going up. We're almost to Solitude. If we get there, we will have a lot to say. Oh, hello. Mud crab. Muddiest, crabbiest, yes. Ah, there's Solitude. I can see it in the distance. Is that Yeah, it's Solitude. Okay. Yep. War Mountain, Raven Rock. Interesting. What about your Nyx Hound mount? What happened to that? There in Elsewhere, in ESO, there's a joke that people haven't been riding horses lately. They've been riding all sorts of other things. And it's the idea that, yeah, people are buying different mounts in the cash shop. Isn't that great? Fire won't hurt me. Punches will. Right, the concussive force will absolutely hurt me. Boom. Yeah. Good enough. Do it. Very close now. Husky. Angry Husky. The Husky and the Husky pups all attack at once. At least they drop canine meat. A rare ingredient. Why? Because I don't kill dogs that don't attack me first. But you stood near them. Yeah. Not that big a deal. Very good. Fire will never hurt me. I mean, there definitely couldn't be any reason, for that. Definitely not. There's definitely no reason why I would be not hurt by fire. Okay. These relics are great in the sense that they have passive abilities, but they are technically, from the game's perspective, unenchanted, meaning that you can go and enchant them however you want. Yeah, that's not how it works. The my vampiric vulnerability to fire kind of cancels it out. But I have another fire resistance thingamabobber as well. I used Alter Self to give myself resistance. So it's a bunch of stacking. God damn, it's a lot of butterflies. That is a lot of butterflies in this area. Butterfly Grove. Should have known. Good enough. Did you know that when you find a cluster of butterflies, it's very unlikely for them to be of different types? Yep. My goodness. Well, I do appreciate that, Fallout guy. Speaking of Fallout, I did actually set up... where's Malutris? Malutris here. Hold on. So, I did set up like multiple instances of Mod Organizer here, and this one's Fallout 4. So I'm going to be poking at Fallout 4 pretty soonish. I'm not saying now. I'm not saying tomorrow. I'm not saying this week. I'm saying soonish, as in whenever I see time and I don't feel like playing Final Fantasy XIV instead. So, Yeah, Horizon and a few other things. Look at this. Bam. Oh, I'm actually going to be like, if you have, if you know of any new mods that are that have come out in the last year or so, that are Horizon Survival compatible, I will consider them. You can go ahead and post that stuff on the Fallout channel of my Discord server, if you are so inclined. But I am not. How do I put this? I'm pretty sure I just want to run with Horizon and some pretty basic mods. I'm only really interested in stuff that's come out in the last year, because it's been about a year since I originally played.
Good business for the East Empire Company means all the more gold for the Empire.
I'm pretty sure I killed this man at his wedding. But Victoria Vici's still dead, even though he's alive. I'm not entirely sure about that whole situation. I could be misremembering. Maybe I only killed Victoria Vici. That would have been funny. Alright.
Destruction magic's fine. Just don't go burning down any buildings.
Sure. Someone believed really hard that he didn't die. He can't be dead. He can't be. Now, when it comes to people dying or not dying, that's mostly represented as a ghost. Like, the ghost would be walking around doing things that as if they were alive. That's how faith kind of works regarding death. Is if someone really doesn't believe they're dead, or other people really don't believe this person is dead, then their ghost can appear and do normal shit. Now, someone's ghost, their soul, and their mind are all, not mind, someone's body, ghost, and soul are completely different things. People will go, but the ghost is a soul. And that's not necessarily true. There can, in fact, be multiple people of the same person at once due to shenanigans. Hear ye! Hear ye!
Hear ye! Hear ye! Good citizens of Solitude and visitors to our fair city from far and near.
Hold on. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Holy shit. Okay. Bloodsport. I like how my pickpocket skill is going up through the roof. It's pretty funny. Okay. She no longer has an inventory. I've taken all the treasure. Yes. Why does she have the pickpocket constellation over her head? Because she's marked for, what do you call it? She was marked. Oh, God. I have an arrow in me from earlier. Anyway, I'll remove the arrow. I was gonna say she was marked for pickpocketing. I have a special thief eye ability that can detect when someone has extra treasure. The game dynamically populates their inventory with extra treasure, basically. They are a mark.
Conduct of combat. Transgressors of the law will be subject to swift and sure justice, regardless of status. Any monetary wager will be subject to a conciliation tax payable to the Solitude Constabulary. Be it reminded that compliance with the law is for your own protection. Long live Jarl Elisif!
Got it.
So exciting when new folk come into town. I bet you've had plenty of adventures.
You were there for Rogvir's execution.
Okay.
If you're heading to the Blue Palace, you might want to rethink that outfit.
You know what's funny? That outfit is a little it's the Deceiver's finery. Speech skill, price is better. It's just incredibly
Remember Radiant Raiment when you need a change of attire.
very good, very good. So we did it. We have finished Vigilant. We have attended to the things we needed to attend to. And that's it. We are, you said, isn't that the Oblivion outfit? This is the Oblivion outfit.
Unless we have specific business, I'm not interested.
I understand, sir. Goodbye. All right. Well, that's that. We are now back in the gallery. So, I mean, let's see here. Radiant dialogue, yes. Radiant loading screens. The game is prone to crashing when you've been to a lot of places and then you go into the gallery, or when you go to the gallery and then go to a bunch of places. Typically, you want to save outside of the gallery and then, you know, load from that file. So the gallery itself currently has 2,263 displays, which I'm very happy about. Because we've been in Cold Harbor for a while, it's given time for 7,000 septums to be donated to us. Very good, very good. You can see all the different relics that we've gathered, like Ysgrimmor's outfit and such. We still don't have all the dragon claws, but that's fine. My goodness. Looking at the sheer amount of stuff. We are still missing the warrior. We've got the thief and slash archer, and we got the mage. So we just need the warrior statue. You get the statues unlocked by raising your skills. So, these are replicas of the Elder Scrolls. I have the real ones on me. I need to make replicas of all the other ancient tongue items. Now, you were asking about the Deceiver's finery. Here it is. Next to the Robe of Creativity and the Knight of Coral armor. Yes. Don't forget about the Apron of the Master Artisan we haven't found yet. Important stuff. You a fan of Hellscream? Because Hellscream used Gorbash's ancestral axe. Completely legit lore there. All right. So, let's see here. Sid's staff, Hildr's staff. I have Melka. Of course, we got the Staff of Magnus. This is a replica. Real one is obviously not there. Salador's stone. Archmage's robes. Yes. Point is, we got a lot of stuff, okay? A lot of stuff. We are getting ready to deposit everything. She doesn't have anything to say. Got it. My goodness. He-Man sword out there? I'm sure there is. Through one of the mods, anyway. I wouldn't expect to see He-Man's sword in the actual gallery itself on its own, but with one of the many, many supported mods, I would expect to see it in the armory, if it's there. Alright. Well, this is a good enough place as any to stop for the day, because we finished Cold Harbor. That was my main goal. We finished Cold Harbor, and then we did our little victory lap around Skyrim. We'll sort everything another time, but you know, this is about it for now. Thank you all for watching the Skyrim